Welcome to Art Dawald Gymnasium and Atomic TV's presentation of District 6 basketball presented by Fowler General Construction. I'm Mike Rovella, and sitting beside me is my co-host Kennedy Tate. Tonight's matchup features your Bombers taking on the visiting 18-5 Gonzaga Prep Bullpups. Richland is 23-0 this season, coming into this District 6 championship game.
Dylan Groves has been an unstoppable force in the playoffs for the Bullpups, dropping 20 or more in every game that he has played in the fourth quarter. Lance Hornervet has been even more dominant than him, however, dropping 29 points with 14 boards in the Bombers' last game. In addition to that, Braylon Edwards has been everything a coach could ask for and more, and he's been able to do it all very well while being an incredible leader. Any statistical category, he's giving you a consistent effort night in, night out. There's nothing more you can want. He is the person that will hold this Bombers team together. Without them, they're good, but with him, they are great.
Well said, Kennedy, and a thing I have to highlight, it's pretty easy to tell from at home, but standing room is beginning to be used here, as finding a seat with more than probably half a foot to your left or right is becoming a luxury. Easily 5,000 people here in Dawald, and it is an incredible scene. This is definitely the most cramped I've been where we sit, Kennedy. I've never had this many people around me to call a game here.
Oh yeah, I gotta say, I love the cozy atmosphere that this has created. I feel like I'm tucked in my blanket, ready to go at home, as this is my home. Now that we've had so many basketball games, I am so excited for what is surely going to be an amazing game here tonight.
Yeah, and the thing about this Gonzaga Prep Bullpup team, they're going to move the ball. They're arguably one of the best defensive teams in the entire state. They've always been a good defensive team, and that sure hasn't changed this year.
Yeah, in addition, this is a team that is incredibly well coached, and they're going to see some insane adjustments. If something's not working, it will be corrected here tonight, and that is something we oftentimes don't see. So this is going to be a very close game, no matter the talent level so far.
Yeah, look to see an absolute chess match being played between Coach Streufert and Coach McIntyre of the Gonzaga Prep Bullpups. And overall, Kennedy, I mean, you could not write it any better. It is really hard to see a bleacher here tonight that is not filled with a Bomber fan.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. This is going to be a great game, a great atmosphere. Probably this will be one of the nights to remember. If you're a class of 2026, this is going to be a perfect day to end your high school career. As one of the last home basketball games, nothing like it.
And with that, we are going to go down to the floor to our public address announcer, Michael Valise, for our player introductions.
District 6 championship matchup featuring the visiting Gonzaga Prep Bullpups and your Richland Bombers. The Bullpups enter tonight's game with an 18-5 record. The Bombers enter tonight's game with a 23-0 record. Tonight's game will be conducted under the rules and regulations of District 6 and the WIAA. All spectators are encouraged to root for their teams and are asked to display good sportsmanship towards opponents and officials. Spectators who make harassing comments, including those of a racial or sexual nature, will be removed from the gymnasium. We would like to remind you that RSD is a tobacco-free school district. Tobacco products and alcohol beverages are not permitted on school property. Signs of the official school ban using anti-beverage makers are strictly prohibited. At the conclusion of the game, spectators will remain in the bleachers until all players, coaches, and officials have entered their respective locker rooms. We hope you enjoy tonight's contest to support our efforts to respect human dignity by promoting good citizenship and sportsmanship in high school and sports athletics. Have friends and family want to follow along with Gabby here tonight? Well, again, we broadcast live on YouTube by our Best in Class Atomic TV program. To watch the game, go to youtube.com, search for Atomic TV, and join Michael Rovella and Kennedy Tate for all the action. At guard, a 6'4" junior, number 0, View. At forward, a 6'6" sophomore, number 1, Peter Nagra. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore, number 3, Luis Garcia. At guard, a 6'2" junior, number 4, Andrew Yarno. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 11, Michael Monick. At forward, a 6'6" senior, number 22, Vincent Moore. Now it's time to meet the starters for the Gonzaga Bullpups. At guard, a 6'4" senior, number 2, Ryan Carney. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 5, Jack Pierce. At forward, a 6'5" senior, number 21, Jackson Mott. At forward, a 6'5" senior, number 30, Carter Nelson. And at forward, a 6'5" senior, number 32, Dylan Groves. The Bullpups are coached by Matty McIntyre. He's assisted by Pat Coombs, Ryan Carney, Greg Johnson, and Rex Head.
People, if not more, on hand here at Dawald Gym.
And I think the whole city of Richland is here for this ball game.
Bombers take the court before tip-off. Kennedy, it is a sight to behold here in Art Dawald. I am running out of words to describe the sheer volume of people I'm seeing in here.
I'll give you one, electric. That's what it is here so far. I'm not even playing and I have chills as Hornibet wins the tip-off for the Bombers.
Northrop will bring it up to start the game. And now it's Hornibet handing it off to Woodard. He takes a three, misses off his mark. Rebounded by Pierce. Mott kicks it out to Groves, and Groves starts the game off with a miss, and it's rebounded by Northrop. Up ahead to Skako now. He steps inside, puts up a right hand, that falls.
I like to talk about it so much, Michael, but I'm talking about it again. In a game like this where the atmosphere is so electric and it's definitely going to play a role, momentum is everything.
Bombers force a turnover there, Kennedy. Here we go. Bombers forcing another good shot, and it's Hornibet drilling from deep.
5-0 up after not even a minute of play.
Down low, Pierce can't finish with the left hand. Northrop slows up, met with good resistance from the Bullpups. Hornibet one-on-one with Jackson Mott on the far side of your screen. He gets to the elbow, puts up a jumper, rolls out. Northrop rebound, won't go. Shot it while he was falling down. Carney steps through and can't finish with the right. The Bullpups with some tough sledding to open the game here. Hornibet loses possession, kicks it out to Woodard. Edwards now hands it back to Woodard as he flips the court to Northrop in the middle, puts up a three, rattles out, grabbed by Dylan Groves. Nilsson has Edwards on him, trying to get the ball to Groves. Good defense from Hornibet. It's now Skako on Groves. He's on the perimeter outside, tries to get it to Mott. He does. Down low to Pierce. They still can't finish. The Bullpups have yet to convert a field goal despite getting some great looks, and Pierce fouls Northrop to pick up his first personal of the game and the first overall for both sides. Hornibet. Northrop goes back to Hornibet. About 5 feet from outside the three-point line. Richland slowing things down as Northrop creates space with a step back and hits the jumper. 7-0 out of the gate. Richland leads as Carney gets inside and finally able to get Gonzaga Prep on the scoreboard, and Woodard tries to answer back, doesn't. Grabbed by Groves. Jackson Woodard has yet to hit a three since the beginning of last game. 0 for his last 8 as Groves gets inside coast to coast. 7-4 now the score. Hornibet will take another three. That one misses long. Groves able to corral it despite good pressure from both Edwards and Skako, and Northrop tips it up. And Edwards is fouled trying to grab the ball by Carney.
Yeah, just what an effort there. I mean, I feel like we say it so many times when it's tied to the last name Edwards, but that's just, wow.
Exactly. You know, pregame he talked about he loves being the guy who can just dive on the ball and bring a spark. And there it was right there.
Not even 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah, putting his body on the line for his team. 4 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. The score is 7-4. The Richland Bombers are leading. Northrop fading away from the elbow, rattles home!
Man, that's a pro-level move right there, that bump, spin, midi.
Good look there as Carney is forced to pick up his dribble way behind the three-point line, and it's batted out. Edwards bounces it and gets it to Skako as he takes out Nilsson, and it goes out of bounds. Carney deflects it. (9-4) is the score. Bombers leading, just under 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to play. Northrop comes up from the bottom and takes a quick three off his mark to the right. First time Northrop hasn't hit rim here in a while. Nilsson finds Pierce and swung all the way over to Mott. Here's this bullpup ball movement. Carney gets inside, goes by Northrup and finishes with the right hand. Hornavet going coast to coast. Finishing! My goodness, get out the way! Down low to Groves. He is going to be fouled by Hornavet. 11-6 is the score. And we're going to get a full timeout taken here by the Richland Bombers.
Yeah, no, so far we've just seen intense momentum. This place is bumping and jumping. Like, I don't know how else to say is that this is probably the most atmosphere I've seen the entire time I've been in high school. I am a senior for those of you guys that don't know. This is insane. I've seen some great crowds. Richland's playing well. The Bullpups aren't even playing bad. It's just that Richland is executing every single way. Like, we've seen some missed shots. They're not shooting the best, but they're getting those shots, and that's something that against a solid defensive team like this is very hard to do. So credit goes out to them for at least getting shots, because you can't make shots that you don't take.
That's a great way to put it. Wayne Gretzky, once said, you miss all the shots you don't take. The greatest hockey player to ever live might have known what he was talking about when it comes.
Allegedly, yeah.
But overall here, I mean, the Bullpups, the Bullpups, well, not the Bullpups, a little bit of a mix-up, but they were able to get good looks early. They just simply couldn't convert. And while that might seem, oh, Richland's playing great defense, they really weren't out of the gate. Gonzaga Prep was just simply missing easy shots.
Yeah, and with a team like this in Gonzaga Prep that they can shoot so well, is you can sit here and be like, oh, great, they're not making their shots. But that's a team that as soon as they start making shots, you're in a predicament, one might say, is that they're missing their shots now, but the thing is they're getting those shots. They're having the option to take those shots. Once they start making them, it could be wraps. So that's why it's important for Richland to just get on their A game in terms of playing defense, because this is a Gonzaga Prep team that will.
3 minutes and 46 on the clock. Coming out of the timeout, it will be Bullpup basketball. Carter Nilsson will inbound for Gonzaga Prep. Tipped out of bounds by Skako. Pass intended for Vincent Moore. And another thing, Kennedy, both of these teams are very senior leader dependent.
That just adds to the motivation of all the players. This is a do-or-die moment. I mean, obviously you still have games after this for both these teams, but this is, you're working towards what could be the pinnacle of your high school basketball career. Both of these teams have players with a lot of state championship experience, obviously, but this is still a very important game for everybody, and so it's just, you don't have another chance after this.
Inside, outside pass. Carney's three, no good. Hornavet able to grab the rebound. The thing that doesn't get mentioned enough, I feel, is Gonzaga Prep is the reigning 4A state title champions, as Hornavet can't finish, and Skako is going to pick up his first personal foul. Yeah, G-Prep won the whole thing last year. I mean, that's just incredible to do, especially when they had a few of their best players injured throughout the whole year.
Yeah, no, this is a team that has had historical great success, and this is also a Richland team that went to the state championship 2 years ago against Mount Cypher, for those of you that don't know. So I'd say almost everybody on the floor right now has state championship game experience, if not everybody. So these are players that are they're playoff hard and they know what to do. So this is just going to be a dogfight.
Dogfight is a great way to put it. As Nilsson slips through his hands, it'll be Richland basketball. Hornavet on the elbow, guarded by Groves. Two biggest players on the court will be guarding each other tonight. Woodard takes a three, still no good. His groove has yet to be found. Pierce gets to the hole, can't finish. Lots of contact, no whistle. Colt Few will enter the game for the Bulldogs, and Carter Nilsson will exit. Groves gets inside, working on Hornavet, finishes through contact, able to bring the game within three. No whistle there as Northrup loses possession. Carney gets rejected by Northrup and then gets his own rebound and brings the score to within one. 11-10 now the score. Hornavet in transition is fouled on the ground by Vincent Moore. Check that. That will be on Dylan Groves. He will exit the game and take a seat. Over the top to Woodard. Few on him. And now it's back out to Hornevet. Jackson Mott, contest. Hornevet's three, no good, misses short. Scott go far, fighting for the hard rebound. Woodard gets it, can't finish. This one's grabbed by Mott.
Yeah, something we're seeing so far this game is a lot of very great effort on the second chance points. Richland doesn't normally have to do that, but this is a game at which they're being tested in their ability to do that, because just because you don't make the first shot doesn't mean you can't get a second. And that goes for both teams as well.
Few. Inside, guarded by the much taller Hornevet, puts up a left hand that is not even close. My goodness, grabbed by Skako. In transition, Northrup, wing three, no good, missing long. Carney in transition, kicks it ahead to Few. Few fading away. This time still not hitting any rim. This one missing short, however. Up ahead to Woodard. Just a 1-point game. Woodard has yet to notch his name in the scorebook as Northrup fades away and drains it. 13-10 is the score. We have just hit the 1 minute remaining mark in the first quarter. Jackson Mott on the perimeter, hands it off to Pierce. Pierce is going to take a three. Can't finish. Grabbed by Skako. Bombers slowing things down, about a 20-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Hornevet with Mott on him, drives to his left, picks up his dribble, and almost gets his own rebound. Good defense, though, for Mott to swat it away. 26 seconds on the clock. Shot clock showing about a 1-second differential. And Carney is going to dribble as much of this clock away and look to see the Bullpups here get a three off to try and tie it up before the end of the first. Carney's gonna drive on Hornevet. Not easy to do, spinning, forced to put it up, and it's rejected by Hornevet. Northrup gets the shot off, doesn't go, hits the shot clock. I can't believe he got that much under it.
Yeah, that was impressive. That's, for those of you at home that haven't tried it, it's very hard to heave the basketball the full length of the court.
And after 8 minutes of play, the Bombers lead 13-10. We're gonna step aside. We'll be back with the second quarter of action. Welcome back to Atomic TV and our presentation of District 6 basketball presented by Fowler General Construction. This Atomic TV broadcast is proudly supported by Fowler General Construction. Fowler is committed to supporting Atomic TV student broadcasters and student athletes, celebrating their successes on and off the field. Fowler General Construction is a superior choice for general contracting services here in the Tri-Cities. Listen to that crowd, Kennedy.
Wow. This is really just a moment in time we're experiencing. Like, it is jumping here.
Carney will initiate for the Bullpups. Mott way beyond the three-point line. It is Caden Scholes now guarding Nilsson, in off the bench for the Bombers. Groves with Hornivet on him, trying to find a skip pass. Instead, dribbles with his right hand. Few, guarded by Scholes. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Nilsson fading away, guarded by Skako. Good defense, forces a tough shot. And now it's Northrup with the head of steam the other way, although he nearly slips. And he will just take a three and miss short. Can't imagine that's the look Stroyford's looking for there. Down low to Groves, and a great pass from Mott will bring this game within one. 7 minutes remaining, 13-12 is the score. Hornivet has it poked out by Few, and it will be repossessed by Northrup. Northrup outside to Hornivet. He has the much smaller Few on him. Tries to go right through him, finds Scholes, who kicks it out to Woodard. He puts up a three. Finally goes Jackson Woodard with a three. That gives him his first points of the night. Carney now kicks it out to Mott. Jackson Mott has been an underrated passer for this Bullpup team as he tries to establish down low.
Yeah, speaking of passing, this Gonzaga Prep team is a very good passing team in which you see the ball touch almost everyone every single possession. They are not a selfish team, and they just like to swing the ball to break defensive down.
Carney has it rejected and poked out by Scholes. Scholes gives Woodard the ball on the screen as Woodard misses off his mark pretty badly there. Jackson Woodard has not been his usual self. He has been absolutely outstanding throughout the rest of this season. As it's Groves now who gives it up to Few and will set in the screen. Groves, Northrup on him. Woodard tries to steal it, fading away, can't finish. Caden Scholes with a good rebound. Up ahead to Skako. Skako, pull-up jumper, hand in his face, misses really long. Woodard follows it up but can't finish. Trying to go the length of the court and unsuccessfully is Carney as it's grabbed by Northrup. Northrup stepping back, shooting, not hitting, grabbed by Mott. Kennedy, both teams are shooting below 35% from the field right now, just utter rat ball. As the score is 16-12 with 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's kind of chuck it and hope, and both these teams seem to have lost it.
Caden Scholes guarding Jackson Mott. Jackson Mott, left-hand floater, you bet. Good finesse there from the big man. 30-second timeout taken by Coach Stroyford. And with 4:45 remaining in the second quarter, the score is 16-14. The Bombers are currently leading by 2.
Yeah, not much to say except both these teams are probably looking to iterate on some things that haven't necessarily been going right for them so far. Looking to make some changes here, looking to see some things get better. This is a winnable game of both teams. I mean, obviously there's only a 2-point differential and we're not even halfway through. But this is uncharacteristically low scoring for both teams. You're talking about a team that averages over 70 and a team that averages over 90.
Absolutely, yeah. Both of these teams, just 16 and 14 total points. Usually one of their players would have 16 or 14 points by themselves at this point in the game.
Yeah, for Richland, you have a player that hasn't, and Caden Schultz so far that hasn't scored. And then you have, for Gonzaga Prep, you have 2 players that haven't notched their name on the point total so far. This is just uncharacteristic when normally you'd have contributions from everybody on both sides so far.
Woodard gets a screen from Hornivet. It goes back down to him down low, trying to take a charge as Pierce, but is unsuccessful as Hornivet picks up his 7th total point of the night. Pierce on the perimeter, guarded by Northrup. Picks up his dribble. Vincent Moore swings it over, poked out by Northrup. Gonzaga Prep will have 12 seconds on the shot clock to get a good look off as Ryan Carney comes out of the game. Colt Few trying to get something going here. Shot clock at 3 seconds. Groves realizes and tries to get it outside to Pierce. Not in time. The Bombers force a shot clock violation here with 4 minutes and 4 seconds left. Hornevet on the far side of your screen on that left wing. Woodard in the middle now. Tries to give it up to Northrup. Unsuccessful. Nilsson grabs it. Few can't corral the pass from Nilsson. Bodies are flying. It winds up in Pierce's hands. And an offensive foul. Jack Pierce.
That's knowledge right there. As you saw Braylon Edwards basically step into his elbow. You can see the look in his eyes when he recognized the opportunity. That was not by accident. That was intentionally done. Well played.
You saw there on the replay, there was a little bit of Braylon got hit, and then Braylon fell after he realized he got hit. Heads up basketball leads to a Gonzaga Prep turnover. We're going to step aside here, and we'll be back for the last 3 minutes and 47 seconds of first half basketball. Welcome back to Atomic TV and our presentation of Bomber Basketball presented by Fowler General Construction. We apologize, our scoreboard graphic does not seem to be working. The score is 18-14 here. The Bombers are currently leading by 4 with 3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining. Hornevet will initiate for the Bombers, and it's Edwards now at the top, who's going to give it right back to him. Hornevet, one of the more consistent players in the entire state, as he takes a pull-up jumper and drains it. Well, like I was saying, you're going to really have to lean on here if you're Stroyford, as neither team can really be seeming to find any consistency. You're going to have to go to your best scorer.
Yeah, and that was actually just a wonderful move, because some people, you might not understand how hard it is to go slow, stop, quick speed again when you're 6'8", let alone like a normal size. When you're like that size, that level of like slow twitch and fast twitch athleticism is crazy, and that's how he gets shots off though, is by changing his pace. It's hard. Not only do you have to predict where he's going, you have to predict how fast he's going to go. Yeah, that's another element, and that's something he is wonderful at.
Jackson Woodard picked up his first personal foul, as you saw in the replay there. Bombers hold a 6-point lead, 20-14, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Mott kicks it over to Carney, and Carney's going to look for an open skip pass, and another offensive foul. Braylon Edwards, my goodness, the basketball IQ. Colt Few picks up his first personal foul of the game, and he will actually stay in. It will be Vincent Moore who will come out of the game for the Bullpups. Jackson Woodard gets it right back from Edwards. Edwards going to set a screen for Northrup. Northrup takes a three. No good. Landon Northrup 0 for 6 from deep to start this game. Colt Few kicks it over to Nilsson. Groves, Hornevet. The matchup everyone had circled. Groves doesn't win this round. Rebounded by Skako. In transition, why not? As it misses long. Jackson Mott able to grab the board for the Bullpups. Groves in transition. He wants to go all the way. Kicks it out to Few. He puts up a three. Drains it from the corner. Great court vision from Dylan Groves. Hornevet looking to answer back. Backing down Jackson Mott. Getting to the paint. Can't finish. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hornevet. It will be Bullpup basketball. 3-point game. It is 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. 20-17 is the score. Two minutes left. As Woodard hits the deck, Nilsson attacks, puts up a left hand. That goes. Nilsson brings it to within one. 20-19 is the score.
Correction, that was Braylon Edwards hitting the floor.
Thank you. Lance Hornevet tries to go down to Northrop. Edwards now looking, picking up his dribble from way behind the three-point line. Josiah Skako kicks it over to Hornevet. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Hornevet inside, jumper, misses long. Groves grabs the board for the Bullpups. 20-19 is the score. A minute 25 remaining in the first half. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Groves getting to the hole. Hornevet attempts to reject it. Coach McIntyre of the Bullpups wants a foul. We will play on. A touch over a minute remaining here in the first half as Northrop finds Edwards. He puts up a three, misses long. Good rebound from Woodard, and he cleans it up. Bombers break their scoring drought as there's under a minute to play now. 53 seconds. It is a 3-point lead, 19-22. Edwards trying to get the ball. Good trap from him and Woodard, and all the way over to Carney. He puts up a three, nearly banks in, and it's an offensive rebound for the Bullpups as Carney finally gets it, and Jackson Mott, and another offensive foul. Who is that on the ground?
Braylon Edwards!
A third offensive foul drawn by Braylon Edwards.
Braylon, offensive foul, Edwards.
I like the sound of that. .25 seconds on the shot clock, a 2-second differential as Woodard takes a three, misses off to the left, grabbed by Groves. Shot clock now turned off, 15 seconds remaining. 3-point ball game, 22-19. Jack Pierce getting an adjustment from Coach McIntyre. Gets a screen from Groves, gets inside, puts up a right hand, no good. His own rebound, gets it to go. 21-22, Hornevet goes the length of the court, it'll fall short. And after one half of basketball played, 22-21, Bombers lead.
Yeah, no, this is by far and wide the closest game we have seen all season. This is a dogfight and not in a good way. I thought we were going to see high-scoring basketball, great basketball. We have seen an attempt at basketball so far tonight. Later in this game, hopefully things get better, but this has so far been teams making mistakes rather than being stopped from making successes.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. It has been ugly basketball for a lack of better term. And with that, the Bombers head into halftime with a 1-point lead. We'll be back for the second half of action. Welcome back to Atomic TV and our presentation of District 6 basketball presented by Fowler General Construction. You know, Kennedy, we got to look at these first half stats. So far, the Bombers are currently only leading by 1 point, and they're shooting less than 30%, by far their lowest mark of the year.
Yeah, this is an uncharacteristic game. Might I argue for both teams, this isn't even one-sided. This is just buns for all of them, as Gonzaga Prep's hit 1 3 all game. And this is a team that normally lives and dies by the 3. And might I add, they normally live and live quite well, I might say.
Yeah.
This is a team that they can't get it going, and neither can Richland.
Yeah, and another thing though, we're talking about the threes. Richland is 2 of 17. That is generationally just that's an outlier of a game for the Bombers.
Yeah, no, I would argue that they're stagnant. They just aren't moving.
Northrup inside, right hand goes. Starting the scoring off early here with a right-handed bucket from Northrup. Carney forced to pick up his dribble. Jackson Mott swings it over. In the corner, missing long is Nilsson.
Got quite a bit of air under that one.
Hornevet fading away, hitting. Hot start for the Bomber duo coming out of halftime. Nilsson dribbling all the way from the corner to the midcourt and intended for Pierce, goes out of bounds. Referees say last touched by a Bomber.
Gonzaga Prep largely not being, they finally get it in. Almost a 5-second violation though.
Down low is Jackson Mott. Braylon Edwards guarding him. Going up, Mott can't finish, grabbed by Northrup. Richland has numbers. 3 on 2, now it's back to everybody's on the same side. And Hornevet's pass is grabbed by Mott and nearly saved by Woodard as he initially poked it away from him. Carney in transition finishes with the left hand over Edwards. Northrup dancing, kicking it out. Now it's Hornevet. Hornevet with Pierce on him. A tenacious Bullpup defense. And Hornevet being physical and finishing with the right hand, stepping and scooping.
What a wonderful touch he put on that shot. 6'8", by the way.
Dylan Groves getting to the hole. Dylan Groves finishing. Hornevet will try and answer back with a 3. Missing to his right. Grabbed by Pierce. Jackson Mott hands it back off to Pierce, thinks about a 3. Tries to get it to Groves. Good coverage from Scotco. Carney's going to take a 3. He'll miss way off. Northrup hasn't hit a 3 yet. Still no good from 3. Nilsson, good body control, can't finish. Poked out, grabbed by Woodard. Up ahead to Northrup. Trying to get a quick bucket, he does, fading away. Vincent Moore heads to the scorer's table to check into the game for Gonzaga Prep. Carney left open. Scotco tries to close out, not in time. Ryan Carney with a 3 here for the Bullpups to bring it within 2. Northrup, jumper, missing short, grabbed by Mott. Carney lowers his shoulder, loses possession. In transition, Northrup to Woodard, and one! The top pops off of Dawald for a brief moment as Jackson Woodard will head to the line to shoot 1 free throw. Foul will be on Jackson Mott as he comes out of the game and Vincent Moore comes in. Jackson Woodard completes the three-point play, and it is a 5-point lead for the Bombers. A double team being utilized here by the Bombers. And that is a timeout taken by Coach McIntyre of Gonzaga Prep. It will be a full timeout taken by Coach McIntyre, and we're going to step aside and let the teams discuss what needs to happen. We'll be back for the final 4:34 of the third quarter. Emerging from the timeout, it will be Bullpup basketball with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Kennedy, the Bombers have not hit a three yet in this second half, and they've only hit 2 in the game.
Yeah, honestly, I've been racking my brain trying to figure out why, but I cannot. This is a home game in front of a crowd that they love to play in front of. I do not know why they can't seem to make a shot when this is something they have done all season perfectly well.
Mott down low, Carney loses possession, stolen by Skako. Up ahead to Woodard, he wants it, he takes it, he does not hit it. It goes out of bounds and it'll be in favor of the Bombers. It will stay here. Hornevet hands it back off. Excuse me, no he does not. Keeps it himself, down low, creates space and finishes from underneath the hoop. He faked me out right there.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go up, and then he did. Next thing you know, he scored.
Moore finds Nilsson in transition, easy bucket, and an and one. That's that Gonzaga Prep ball movement and off-ball cutting. Very effective here.
This is a team that plays fundamental basketball and executes to the highest level. You're going to see a lot of great defense, ball switches, backdoor cuts. This team just moves quickly.
SWX is also broadcasting this game. They're going to head into media timeout. We're going to stay here. Kennedy, I mean, we already talked about the environment, but right now at its core, the game that matters is in between the thick green lines on this court. Do you think the atmosphere is affecting both teams here?
No, actually, and the reason I say no is because last year, this same game happened, but at Gonzaga Prep, and that atmosphere was electric, and I saw a lot better play from both teams. They are capable of playing in tough atmospheres. They will continue to. This game, I think, just neither has been able to find their rhythm. Something is off about Richland, and as we discussed in the pregame, I think the long drive is affecting Gonzaga Prep. This is probably the toughest matchup Richland's had to play since maybe when they went to Utah earlier in the season, and this is a great defensive team. And I think when you can get the open shots, it's harder to make them because, yes, the shot's open now, but you have to do a lot more work. You're drained. You're running up and down the court. And this is something that Richland just hasn't done so far. I think they're just really thrown off in the ability level that they're expected to play at. I'm not saying this team cannot. I'm saying they haven't had to.
Yeah, very well said. It's just simply uncharted territory, at least in Art Dawald for the Richland Bombers. Hopefully they can continue to right the ship here as we are 1 second below the halfway mark in the third quarter. It will be Nilsson to shoot 1 free throw. Nilsson has 4 points on the night, hoping to bring the team total to 31 and his personal total to 5. Nilsson, his free throw rattles out. Hornevet getting to the hole. Hornevet finishing! Not with the authority, but my goodness. Pierce, Groves, Pierce, 3 attempt, no good. Grabbed by Carney. Down low. Carney's shot attempt goes off the bottom of the backboard, grabbed by Woodard. He's gonna slow up and let his team catch up. Northrup faces up, puts his shoulder into Carney, and it will be a blocking foul on Carney. Official deemed his feet were not set, and it was not non-basketball contact issued by Northrup.
Yeah, no, he was just trying to get a shot, and that's exactly what happens. Just Landon Northrup he's physically tall, but he's a very big and strong basketball player, and that's something he doesn't get credit for often.
Hornavet jumper missing just a touch long. 7-point lead for the Bombers here, just under 3 minutes left to play in the third. Nilsson on the right wing, near side of your screen, guarded by Edwards. Pierce finds Mott. Jackson Mott takes his first 3 of the game and hits the backboard before the rim. Northrup with a deep 3, rattles out. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay here. It is Bullpup basketball.
Bull prep.
Keith, that's the second time I've done that. You know, Bullpup and prep, it's just too many P starting words. It's end in P's as well in their name.
Oh, yeah.
Pierce picking up his dribble. Woodard able to steal it. They're going to call a foul on Jackson Woodard. Do my eyes deceive me? They've let a lot go here tonight, and they will get Woodard with a hit. Few will inbound for G Prep. Carney, after miraculously able to escape from the Bomber pressure, gives it up to Few, who now gets it down low to Moore. Moore tries to back down Northrup and rejected. And he gains possession and rejected again. There is a foul issued to the Bombers. It will likely be on Hornavet. I have a tendency to jinx this. It will actually be issued on Northrup. Vincent Moore misses the first.
And dare I say misses the second.
I guess we'll see. 7-point ball game here. Moore misses the second, grabbed by Hornavet. Hornavet in transition, so lethal. Northrup inside, right hand, off the glass, no good. Tipped around, grabbed by Moore. Given up to Groves. Jack Pierce facing a tough double team. Down low to Few, tipped out by Skako, then saved by Skako. Edwards grabs it. And a foul is issued to Jack Pierce. Braylon Edwards fending off Jack Pierce, forces a foul.
I believe Edwards has gotten more whistles than both teams combined so far. What a wonderful day for him, at least.
So much glue. Braylon Edwards doing it all here tonight. Still has yet to score.
Yeah,
I take that back, not quite doing it all.
Whenever the Bullpups get near Edwards, they find themselves in a sticky situation.
There you go. Northrup spinning, shooting, hitting! Northrup hasn't been able to hit from behind the arc, but boy, has he been lethal from the mid-range. Nilsson inside, wants to go back out to Few. He takes a jumper, heavy contention. Over the back foul issued to Dylan Groves. Good box out from Northrup. Jackson Mott back into the game for the Bullpups. Hornevet trying to get inside on Mott, who has a fresh pair of legs. Mott hits the deck. Hornevet finishes. Jackson Mott wanted a call, does not get one. 45 seconds now left in the third. Carney. Scotco on him. Fading away, left hand, no chance. Grabbed by Hornevet. 4-second differential between the shot and game clock. Official timeout. There is a wet spot on the floor for when Jackson Mott took a dive.
Yeah, forget a sticky situation. That was a slippery situation.
This is the most packed I've ever seen this student section. I mean, it's hard to kind of look up there. We've got such a tight game here, but I've never seen it this full.
And so on theme too. Like everybody showed up in white. For those of you guys who don't know, the theme is white out tonight. Because what do you do to mistakes? You wipe them out.
I like that, Kennedy. And we have a timeout taken by Coach McIntyre, a 30-second timeout.
I have a few things to say. One, we find ourselves up 11, which is a great situation to be in against a top 5 team in the state based on RPI. But I still feel like we're losing.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too, because you look at the percentages, while we've been able to slightly improve from the field, 2 of 21 from deep is really hard to win a game with. However, the Bombers find themselves with an 11-point lead.
Yeah, I think, but this is a situation in which Gonzaga Prep could find themselves doing really good all of a sudden. It's easy to come back down 11 when you're a 3-point heavy team. They've shot horrendously today. If they even start to shoot above average, I'll accept good. They're back in this game, potentially win. If they can have their level shooting night, they win.
Interesting keys to the game there. Yeah, it's interesting to point out both sides. I mean, you know, Gonzaga Prep shooting 20% from 3. It is very easy for all of a sudden a couple of guys get hot, and 2 or 3 possessions, they find themselves right back in this ball game within really good striking distance. Carney, Pierce on the perimeter. Time winding down. Pierce hits front iron, and after 3 quarters, 41-30, the Bombers are in the lead. 8 minutes left here in this district championship. Eight minutes left to play here, Kennedy. We're going to step aside while we have the chance. We'll be back for the final 8 minutes of action. So much history between these two teams, Kennedy. It is all boiled down to this game right here. 6 total matchups between these two teams in the District 6 championship.
Yeah, we're getting down to the wire here. Everything you do matters now. There's no breaks, there's no fun. This is for an outcome now.
Nilsson trying to find anybody. Finds Carney. It goes off his knee. Josiah Skako with elite pressure gives the Bombers the ball. Hornevet will take the ball from the other side of half court. Get it to Woodard coming up from the free throw line. Northrop, athletic finish off the pass from Woodard. Jackson Mott finds Pierce. He goes down low to Groves. Hornevet guarding Groves, lets him get inside, and an easy two for Dylan Groves. We're back to an 11-point ball game as Hornevet to Northrop over the top, no good. Skako forces another turnover. Pierce grabs this one though, and it's in Groves' hands. He takes a three, he misses long. Grabbed by Woodard. After all that, only 1 minute has run off the clock here in the final quarter. Hornevet takes a three. He hits it! "14-point ball game now. Largest lead the Bombers have held over the Bullpups. And a little bit of a flurry, and Pierce loses possession, and it's Northrop. He's got Carney turned around, and he will head to the line, fouled by Jackson Mott. Northrop with 14 points in here at Dawald in tonight's contest. Will shoot free throws for the first time tonight. Misses long on the first. Yeah, you see just how hard it is to play clean basketball when you have someone as skilled as Northrop just trying to get to the hole. I mean, Jackson Mott ended up being a smart foul as Northrop misses the first and goes 0 for 2. A fruitless possession. Northrop could have been called with a foul there on Groves. Groves kicks it out to Moore. Jack Pierce will take a three. He hits it. Jack Pierce with just 5 points. Bombers have defended him pretty well here tonight, but a good three here late. Northrop, catch and shoot. You bet! 1 of 9 with that first three coming here. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the ball game.
There has been clearly a momentum shift here. We ended the third quarter. We're like, how's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? Who's gonna pull ahead? There's no question now. This is Richland's game to win. Period. There's no ifs, ands, buts. Gonzaga is still definitely has a chance to come back and do something, but now you need to start reversing momentum instead of just playing your game. You have to play beyond your game now and not allow Richland to keep playing like they've been playing.
Yeah, interesting you say a 14-point lead, by no means insurmountable, but the way Gonzaga Prep, they've been trying to play their game, it's not going to work. They've only scored 35 points. You mean to tell me they've got to score 14 in 5 minutes and 54 seconds? Something's got to change. Coach McIntyre is an excellent coach.
Oh yeah, 100%. So what changes will he make though? That's what we're gonna see. It's not that they haven't been shooting, they just haven't been making.
Yeah, it's really hard to say what the adjustment would be, but that's why we're broadcasters and we're not coaches. Carney trying to get free. Groves picked up the ball near half court. Edwards will deflect it, and they say his foot was out of bounds before he touched it. Down low to Pierce. Northrup is going to get hit with a goaltending foul.
No. No, yes, you're right. No, I don't agree with the call.
You don't believe that was a goaltender?
I don't think the ball started to come down yet. I think it had just reached the pinnacle.
It hit the backboard, though. But as
I
a
feel like it was
USA
same
basketball
time.
rule.
I felt like it was at the same time.
All right, fair enough. Regardless, it is called a goaltend. Northrup inside, fading away, not quite making that one. And a foul is issued to Jackson Mott.
Yes. I agree with that one.
Fair enough. In your eyes, the game has balanced itself out.
Yeah.
Skako off the out-of-bounds play. He is rejected from behind, but they say it is a foul on Vincent Moore. .12-point ball game here, 5:18 left to play, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Barring Skako, hasn't exactly been the best free throw shooter since he's at the line. The shot clock resets. Makes his first, and well over 5,000 people quickly stopped their conversations and let Skako shoot.
And we're going to see him go a rare 2 for 2. 2 for 2. So step forward, right, left, in.
You're the magic man, dude. You should really, really go to Vegas. Lack of better terms. I mean, this has been a pretty incredible run.
Once I am of legal age, I do intend to.
Carney driving right side. Skako on him. Tough shot force. Grabbed by Woodard. Northrup looking for a screen. Gets one, but bounces out. Clear to the volleyball line. Woodard looking to find Hornevet. Does. He takes a three. He hits it. Lance Hornevet, good for 25 in the biggest game of the year. Groves rattles out. Ball on the ground. Bodies are going everywhere. Skako is going to pick up a foul. That's just his second. No Bombers really in any foul trouble here tonight. Brief stoppage in play as there is a pile of sweat as Streufert, you were not able to see him throw it. However, you did see the towel slide into mid-court. If we were playing curling, that would have been an excellent throw from Coach. That was right in the middle, right on the intersection of where the R meets the cloud.
Yeah, once Streufert cements himself as the greatest Richland coach of all time, I think he should try curling. It is the Winter Olympics right now, after all. Maybe 2030 it would be. I could see Earl Streufert curling.
I could see it too. It's something he would do. As Woodard, upset he was unable to save it, forces another out-of-bounds play from Gonzaga Prep. Coach McIntyre really having to dig deep into his bag of tricks to try and bring his players within striking distance. And going past half court, Groves will get possession and try and drive on Hornevet. Doing so successfully, my goodness, Dylan Groves. He's been their playoff performer, a little quieter tonight just with his 12th point right there. Woodard gets a high ball screen from Hornevet. Hornevet gets it back, takes a pull-up jumper, misses long. Good rebound from Groves. Groves kicks it ahead. Nielsen in transition, finishes. Gonzaga Prep will take a full timeout. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left here to play. 54-41 is the score.
And that'll be paired with a media timeout, I believe, so it will be a longer timeout. That's also something you have to factor in these games, that there is more time to make adjustments because this is a big game. There is media here. I think we're going to see a different shift.
When you say different shift, what do you mean?
I mean, we've seen Gonzaga Prep pass the ball a lot, very much so around the perimeter. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot more dribble drive looks, and then at the last second, if it doesn't work, kick it back out, hope for that three. Instead of three first, maybe. I think we're going to see some more drives here. It's clearly been working for them. And I think this is a good enough coach that will recognize that's the avenue that's working and stick to it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I don't expect them to fix anything right now because it's working. They are slowly etching back at that lead. This could be a ball game. We only have 3 minutes, 40 seconds left, but this game is by no means decided. This is a team that can be an explosive scoring team while also holding Richland to very little on defense. They proved they can do it. They did it through 3 quarters. What's another 4 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. This seems like something that you would see in a movie. You know, the home undefeated giant of a team that is the Richland Bombers. They've had some troubles, some rough sledding facing Gonzaga Prep, especially in the playoffs in recent history. But right now, this just seems to be a team of destiny, as with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, they're currently up 13. Northrop will back out dribble to near the volleyball line, surveying his options, and eventually it winds up in Hornivet's hands after Woodard touched it briefly. Woodard back over to Northrop. Bombers taking their time on these possessions. Northrop's going to take a fadeaway three, and he is fouled. 3 free throws coming for Landon Northrop. Jack Pierce will pick up another foul. That is his 4th of the night. And with that being the 4th foul for Gonzaga Prep in this quarter, they have no more fouls to give before they put the Bombers on the line, regardless if it is a shooting foul. Landon Northrop now with 18 points after he hits his first free throw of the night. Northrop 3 for 3 on this trip after going 0 for 2 in his first one. Gives him a nice, clean, even 20 points on the night. And up ahead to Jackson Mott. Over to Jack Pierce. They take a 3. They hit it. Jack Pierce able to quickly answer back. Northrop still taking his time as Woodard takes a quick 3 and drains it. Jackson Woodard, back to back 3-point plays here, and Woodard, good tenacity.
That was just a nice move. Added nothing to the basketball game, but that behind the back.
Yeah, behind the back, yeah.
A little bit of LaMelo Ball points, LB points.
Inside to Groves, outside to Nielsen, over to Carney. He hits! 2:30 left is a 13-point ball game. Gonzaga Prep showing a little bit of late life. Hornivet on Mott. Back to the basket. Looking for an outlet. Richland will reset with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Northrop dancing, shooting, hitting! Full timeout taken by Coach Streufert. 2 minutes and 3 seconds, 16-point lead for the Bombers. We're gonna step aside. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Art Dawald Gymnasium as there is just over 2 minutes left to play here. The Bomber fans are all but tasting it, I feel like. They know all too well that there is a lot of basketball game left to play. Pierce driving with the left hand. Not hitting any rim, grabbed by Northrop behind the back dribble in transition. And it's stolen by Groves. What a steal. Carney finishes with the right hand. 1:34 left. Gonzaga Prep just has 2 timeouts remaining. 1:25 now as Hornivet slows things down. Back over to Northrop. Woodard, the big 3 that has propelled this team so far this year. Northrop able to save it, and it miraculously finds Hornivet.
Gets it.
And he finishes at the rim. Coaches on the Richland bench screaming, get back, get back, get back, as Carney finds Groves. Groves from deep, misses long. Mott, rebound, put back, foul. Jackson Mott will head to the line. .47 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so far Gonzaga Prep not having the game that we thought they were going to have.
And if I do recall, you picked them to win in our pregame show. You took Gonzaga Prep.
I did. That is alleged.
That's
what they say.
It's not alleged. There's after the game, I actually encourage you all to go look. There's pretty solid video evidence of you saying that Gonzaga Prep was going to win this basketball.
See, but I had to do it so that way we didn't get jinxed.
You know what? Fair enough. Mott hits his free throw, and the starters have cleared, and they hype up the Bomber crowd as they exit the game. A completely new lineup now in.
Yeah, just wow to our starters who were able to go in and get it done.
Majority of Bomber faithful now on their feet. They can taste it. As the ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Zach Landers. Luis Garcia on defense there, in for the first time here tonight. It will be Colt Few to initiate. He's spinning, guarded by Mitchell, rejected by Landers. Andrew Yano can't finish. Caden Scholes in transition. Heavy contact. Yano will regain possession. 10 seconds on the clock. 14-point deficit. Yano gets a final 2 points. Can you believe it? The Richland Bombers are district champions.
Beating Gonzaga Prep for the first time since 2012.
65-53. An ugly win, but a great win.
You know, all wins count for the same on the stat sheet, but this one it means more.
Utter dominance on the eastern side of the state. No other way to put it. This Bomber team, now 24-0, has walked all over their opponents. The student section being held back by Richland administration as chaos is about to ensue. We encourage you all to stick around for the net cutting ceremony. And Kennedy, we're going to take a final look here at the Swift Stop final stats of the game. We'd like to thank Swift Stop for their unwavering support of Atomic TV. And yeah, Kennedy, while this wasn't exactly the most efficient game the Bombers have had, they were still able to eke out the win, and I always like to point to the turnovers. They won the turnover battle 13-4. They forced 13 and only turned it over 4 times.
Yeah, no, we love to talk about the turnover battle, but so far we have almost always been right about that. And that really is what dictates games, and this game is no different. Fought harder, those turnovers were tougher, but the result was the same.
Absolutely. And as we step away, the Bombers are gonna cut down the net in celebration of winning the District 6 championship. We thank you all for watching and supporting Kennedy and I throughout our Atomic TV ventures this year. We're signing off for one last time on Atomic TV, and go Bombers.
Go Bombers.
A quick update, actually, as all who are staying for the net cutting ceremony, we are going to interview the senior starters along with Coach Streufert here shortly once they are relieved of their net cutting duties. We appreciate you all sticking around for the net cutting ceremony, and please stick around for a little bit longer as we're gonna get some interviews in.
Welcome back to our Atomic TV broadcast. Sitting beside me is Lance Hornevet. So I just have a few questions for you. I'm not going to take too much of your time. So obviously you have basketball plans post-high school. Does that dilute any of your current accomplishments, or is state still your ultimate goal?
State's still my ultimate goal. Obviously, you want to just focus on high school accomplishments first, and then after that, you know, a national championship is obviously what you're looking for during March. So
wonderful. And then now that you're district champs, what changes are you making to your routine in order to look towards like state? Now you still have a few games left, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but this looks like a really good team. Are you making any changes to make sure you get there?
no, I just feel like as we come into practice this next week, I feel like we need to just not get cocky. Obviously, we're winners, and we've won a district championship, which we haven't done my whole high school career, but I feel like we just need to stay in the same headspace that we have now and just go for the goal.
For you, what headspace are you in? Are you calm? Are you like anxious? How are you feeling about that?
No, I feel like I'm pretty calm. I'm a pretty calm person at all times. Like, I don't really like, you know, we jump up in the circle. That's the only time I about get hyped. But, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to play.
And then now finally, how are you feeling?
I just feel good. A little sore, you know. Trying to get home, take a little shower, you know.
Well, yeah, I only had a few for you. Thank you so much, and good luck, man.
Yep, thank you.
All right, welcome back for our second interview of the night. Sitting beside me is another starter, Josiah Skako. First off, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really good.
Yeah, so this is your first district championship since you've been here at Richland, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, definitely.
So we often talk about on the broadcast about how long many of you guys have played together. Now you moved here right before our freshman year. How have you been able to like adapt to the team, and do you feel like you play well with everyone else?
Well, when I first moved here, everybody was so welcoming. It was just like a great, overall, it's like a great community. They're welcoming, and I just, you know, I fit right in. It wasn't hard. We just played together all 4 years. It was great. It was great.
And then now looking forward, what are you looking to accomplish with the last few games of your high school career?
Just keep playing my defense, keep playing how we always play, and to win that state championship.
Perfect. And now I have one last question for you, and this one's a little bit personal, but so far in your basketball career here as a Bomber, what's been your favorite memory?
Favorite memory? Oh, so many. I think this one right here. This one's going to be my favorite memory. We haven't beat Gonzaga Prep for a while. We finally did it. This is going to be my favorite memory.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Just you've had a great time here at Richland. Just good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Welcome back. As we continue our interviews, we are here with Braylon Edwards, wave to the fans at home. I mean,
I know. Thank you guys so much for watching at home. It's so great that you guys get to watch from home. I'm so excited.
yeah, no, Braylon, 24-0, district champions. How do you feel right now?
Feels like the standard, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm ecstatic, but honestly, we have a lot more work to do. That was a great game, and G-Prep is a great team, and give props to them. We were just better tonight, and I had a lot of fun.
You know, that's great you say that you had a lot of fun. And, gosh, the crowd was going absolutely insane for you. I mean, 3 offensive fouls drawn, correct me if I'm wrong?
Yeah, or something like that.
Something like that. You continue to put it on the line for your team, and everyone at home knows how much you mean to them. And just overall, what's the outlook going forward after this game?
Win the state title, obviously, but I just want to say, sorry, not to dismiss your question, but there's nothing, this isn't happening without the fans, especially here in the building, like 8,000 people, I don't know, something like that. It was crazy, and you could feel the energy behind us. Everything that went our way, even if they made a play, they were still with us, and I'm so grateful for the fans, and I wouldn't want it any other way. The Bombers are amazing. Go Bombers.
Well said, Braylon. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me and to the fans at home. That's all I got for you. Thanks for coming out, man.
Thank you, guys.
Good job
Go
tonight.
Bombers.
I'm here with Landon Northrup after just beating the Gonzaga Prep Bulldogs. Lando, what does it mean to you to just finally get over this hump and play very well tonight in a huge game?
It feels great. I mean, it's been a bad sour taste in our mouths for a long time. We haven't beat this team like a decade, I believe, so it feels good to finally beat them. I grew up, I watched them beat my brother multiple times, so it's good to finally get them.
And you know, Lando, you look around, okay? You got a net on that hoop. There's no net on that one. There's hundreds of people here on the court. What emotions are evoked within you right now?
It's so much like joyous right now. I mean, I wouldn't want to play for any other team in the state or in the country for that part. I mean, we have the best community support in the whole state, I believe. So I'm beyond myself right now.
You know, Lando, that's all I got for you here tonight. You played absolutely exceptional, and the journey's not over. All the fans will be continuing to follow you, and thank you for taking the time tonight, Landon. That's all I got for you.
Thank you.
Wrapping up our interviews here tonight, I am joined by head coach Earl Streufert. Coach, 24-0. I mean, it's hard to beat. You can't beat it, but what led to this point so far?
Well, I think, you're right. I mean, we go out every day and try to win every play, and, you end up winning a lot of games doing that, and then you ran into some really good teams in Utah and found out we were pretty good, and then found these guys have a knack to just want to get better. Right, and I think how do you get to this point and beat a really good team and a great atmosphere like this? You put in the work, right? Those dudes have put in tons of work, and it really showed. And they played great team basketball and great team defense, and can't say enough good things about them.
Yeah, Coach. As you leave district play, you're now heading into the tournament. How do you keep your guys motivated for what's to come?
Well, I think they've been really focused all year long. I don't think that they've ever thought that, obviously they want to get back to the state tournament. They got a little bitter taste from last year and a game they thought they probably should have won and didn't, and learned a lot of lessons from that. And, we don't ever talk about it or try to build on, hey, we're going to do this year. We just try to stay short-term focused and be really good at what we do, and it's paying off. And I think they've been really good that way. They just want to know who the next matchup is, what do we got to do to beat them, and what their role is and what we want out of them, and then they just stick their nose in there and go do it.
That's the way it should be done. Coach, final question here. What would you like the fans to know at home after 24-0 so far this year?
Well, I want them to know how appreciative we are as a community for them to come out. Our basketball team is fun to watch, and we've always tried to be entertaining and to give our fans a show, and tonight they got that. And, you filled the gym, right? It's old school. I remember as a player when I played here when I was in Walla Walla, and there were bleachers up there on the balcony too. Mm-hmm. And there were probably another 800 people that could sit in here. It was just a phenomenal experience. And if you'd asked me in 2026 if you could get that experience again, I'd have said, I don't know. But, boy, fans rolled out from all over the place, and we just love the support, and we're just going to keep playing for them.
Coach, that's all I got for you to hear tonight.
All
Congratulations on an excellent season, and thank you all for tuning in to our post-game interviews. That will be all from us here tonight. Thank you for watching, and go Bombers.
Thanks, Michael.